Welcome back, 20 Years of Doom. I'm Temin.
I'm Coffee.
I'm fine. You did find all the secrets, but you didn't kill everything.
Well, no one's perfect. So this is that level the guy on the demo reel kept dying on. Looking at my current status, it's probably safe to say that I did about as well as him,
Yeah. Where did your weapons go?
Pistol start, huh?
Did you pick up a bag of spilling again?
Yeah. Let's just say that's what happened, because the reality of it is much more embarrassing.
Did you shoot the equivalent of a lost soul with the equivalent of the rocket launcher in this? With that by any chance?
God, I don't even remember.
Oh, man, I guess that would be an imp, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the imps in this. It's like shoot the imp with the phoenix staff.
Yeah.
Well,
If that has friendly fire on.
I'm pretty sure that didn't happen, but we'll find out at the end of this.
So far, you're doing way better than that intern they hired to do that demo reel.
Yeah, okay. Pretty sure it's just an out-of-sync demo, but it's fun to pretend that it's, a guy really playing that badly.
Yeah.
So did you actually? So wait, you was mentioning this the out of sync demo reel. I actually don't know how that works.
I think.
So does the demo reels actually play like a scripted game or something?
Yeah, the way the demos work. Well, hold on real quick. This is the glacier, just this big blue thing in the middle of a room, I guess. It's the centerpiece of the level, I guess. But the demo reels. I explained this in one of the Doomwad videos, but I expect way less people to watch those than these. So, the demos, they're basically pre-recorded, instructions for the game to, execute in real time. They're recorded when they basically record the player's input, and, it gives the game the exact frame data on which keys were pressed at what time, and that, helps out with the random number generator, since it's predetermined if, the exact inputs and exact timing are already, in place. So, it's just real-time gameplay, that's, using recorded inputs.
That's alright. So yeah, the game is literally playing itself, but playing itself to a script.
Yeah.
I guess that makes more sense than going to the trouble of putting a video file in of the demos.
Yeah, definitely. Videos, that'd probably be a bit too much for the media that these games were distributed onto, contain.
And a waste of data more than anything else. At that point, you might as well just not have a demo.
Yeah.
Well, we know where Hitler found all those blue blocks to make his underground castles with.
Oh my God.
He was mining this realm.
This
far away realm.
What do we call this place? The episode's called Hell's Maw, but we're on this giant block of ice. I don't get it. Where are we?
I think we took the express elevator to the last level of hell, according to Dante's Inferno. Maybe. So we're in the ice level. I don't know.
All right.
That giant glacier contains Satan.
Yes.
What a wonderful thing. Lucifer. Yes. Don't tap on the glass. Don't tap on the ice. Just walk on.
See.
Remember the last time one of these protagonists fought the devil?
See.
At least I thought that was Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get you.
Okay, all right. For a moment there, I thought I'd got it wrong.
It's just that I've seen so much stuff already, and I wasn't sure which stuff you were referring to. I'm pretty sure we fight Satan at least a couple dozen times, going forward. But
so that big blue.
Time is a flat circle. That's my excuse.
So the big blue glacier is in fact the prison cell for the Spear of Destiny and the monster guarding it.
Yeah. Once the permafrost melts due to global warming, the Spear of Destiny will be released, and John Satan will be free from his tomb.
Speaking of global warming, it's already starting.
Oh yeah, man, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
We got molten earth right next to the glacier. It's a bit strange. Well, I hesitate to call this Earth still. I'm not sure if it ever establishes, what this place is. I know I've already mentioned it.
I think it's in one of the later games.
Maybe.
Well, let's be fair, these older games, the story was literally just a medium to get you into the reason why you're going from A to B and nothing more.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no deep storytelling here. You are John Elf Doom Man. Oh, I got his name wrong.
Whatever. It's unimportant because it doesn't really exist.
And our favourite friend is back.
Oh yes, the equivalent of Hell Knight or Hell Baron.
Iron Lich.
Yeah. He's this. I think. Well, he didn't get the chance to use his worst attack, the tornado, so I'm thankful for that. But eventually,
Tornado sucks.
Eventually, he'll be able to get it in, and I'm going to be upset about that.
Oh, I think I know how the death reel is going to go now.
Maybe.
Okay, I don't know what the enchanted shield does.
It's basically the mega armor from Doom.
Ah, okay. There's a couple of things that slid by. But as you saw there, by the way, since we finally got an opportunity to see it in action, that's what Ethereal does. The main bolt from the crossbow is magic damage, but the secondary bolts are physical. Pass right through.
Oh!
And these ghosts, when they channel... Well, sorry, ghosts, spectres, mages, whatever they're called. When they cast their spells, they go into that state as well for that short time. Makes them a bit more durable than they first appear. And it's a nice throw-off because a lot of the time in these monsters you think to yourself, just blast him, kill him before he kills me. They go ethereal, half your shots go through him, they blast your face off.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yes. That's the secret level for you.
Well, alrighty.
Oh, jeez, I'd forgotten we were on the secret level, yeah.
Yeah. From the ice grotto or whatever to the glacier. Now it's the catacombs. I was gonna originally have a little thing where I put Heretic guy in the catacombs from Doom 2, but then I was like, I don't really feel like doing that. Forget it.
That's an April Fool's joke for another day.
Yeah. Oh,
maybe
man. I should have.
April 1st.
Oh my god. There was also another level called the Chasm where I wanted to do a similar thing, but I let it go.
I'm sure the opportunity will come again.
Hopefully.
After all, there must be many chasms and many catacombs in many FPS that you'll be playing as time goes on.
Probably. It's so unlikely. Also,
if nothing else, we can make fun of the millions of sewer levels.
Yeah, speaking of sewer levels, there's water. I guess that kind of counts.
I like this level. I may remember this level being alright.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's one of the better levels of this chapter.
Yeah, I could say that.
One of the things I'm not sure if I already pointed this out to you as well, Coffee. Those white doors are sealed behind switches. It's one of the nicer tells of this game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not everything.
Usually switch, trigger, sometimes a tripwire, but basically a white door is not a door you can run up to and press space. Use.
Yeah.
Alright.
I didn't realize that the entire time I was playing that, but I mean, it's good to know if I ever play Heretic again. Which I'm sure at some point there will be a Heretic co-op stream.
There is one exception to it. I think it's in one of the either episodes 4 or 5 where it's just run up to door open automatically.
Also, I tried to jump to the blue key, but alas, I couldn't jump far enough.
Yeah, thanks for that little episode of Vertigo, by the way, when you fell.
Sure, anytime.
Did you try to strafe jump? Is that where?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I really thought I could make it.
Those things are always a fun gamble to have.
I'm sure some speedrunner has like some crazy rocket jump thing that they use to, get themselves over there without having to do it, properly.
I like the gold invulnerability more than Doom's color inversion.
Yeah, it's a bit easier on the eyes.
Kind of.
Yeah. Not all the time, but some of the time I will get a headache from Doom's inverted colors.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm not. Go on.
know. Go on.
Well, I'm not sure what I did, but at some point I did something to open one of the doors on the waterfall area, I'll call it. Didn't really have anything. Well, it had a tome of power, but alas, I am an item hoarder, and they will probably go unused for the entire level, unfortunately.
Gotta save this for something bigger.
Yep. I should have used it right here. This would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Just this ambush. I could have just taken them all down, just like that.
Saved a bunch of ammo.
Oh well.
I have the same problem. I mean, even in mods that like alter this game to give you dozens of items with like large stacks, and even carrying them from level to level, it's just still.
Oh yeah.
Gotta save it. You might need it.
So this is one of the first times I'm actually able to say something timely about something that happened in the thread, but I believe it was Cosmonaut in the thread who said there was a mod called Heretic that tweaks the damage and, like, I don't know, certain firing, the ways the weapons fire, just to make them slightly more satisfying to use, because honestly...
yes, he showed it off. He showed it off with the level packs. Elf gets pissed, I believe the level pack is called.
Yeah, John Elf.
Oh,
but,
Lord.
Yeah, it took me forever to find this staircase hiding behind that corner. I was just walking around in the water for like a day.
I had no idea there were mods that could tweak these old games like that.
Yeah.
There's, I'm sure I'm going to get flack for this, but there is literally a brutal heretic next.
Oh.
Great.
I mean, love them, hate them. They exist. They're a thing.
It's one of those things where you don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing at this point.
Maybe
it's very
we'll find out
subjective.
someday.
Looking at ooh. Are you teasing us?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen anything of this mod.
I'm sure the thread will enjoy having a nice derail about brutal doom derivatives.
Oh god, I'll just close it if that happens. Forget it.
It's all my fault. I take full responsibility for this derail that will happen.
Okay, thanks.
And the only problem with opening those particular doors is you get to run headfirst into somebody's loincloth.
That's wicked. That's nasty.
It's a wall. It's okay.
Well,
It's okay.
Okay. Alright, it's fine. Just calm down. Oh look, it's the enemy bio background. Just hanging out up there. Having a good old time being a door.
Is.
It's almost like I used... Oh, what happened to that guy? Is that one of the wizards, like, decloaked and then strung up to, like, a pole?
Yeah, I think so. There's definitely some like more gruesome visages in the like props that they've got around from time to time.
Yeah, it really had...
Everybody hates wizards.
Oh, yeah, they're kind of jerks. I like that they explode purple, though.
So are you saying that wizard back there got hung up by the demons and he was eaten?
Yeah.
By the red imps or whatever?
Yeah, it was,
On the other hand, this level is kind of bad.
Yeah, and this, something about... I don't like this MIDI. It's kind of abrasive, maybe, is the word I'm looking for.
It gets really old really quickly as well.
Yeah, not a fan. Also, man, that is some, sturdy ice, just, hanging in there in that lava.
Yeah, that layout of that area back there reminds me of a bit of Doom 1's level design.
Oh yeah, the toxic maze, or the toxic slime room zigzag bridge.
Yeah, that. Without the part where the bridge falls in.
I don't think it falls in.
Did it?
Nah.
I'll have to go back and look, just to make sure.
So, I'm not
This is about the only redeeming part of this level. It's a neat little gimmick here with all the imps that are able to fit through the smaller parts of the maze and you're not,
Yes.
so you get shot from behind.
It's an interesting thing. I'm wondering if this is the labyrinth part of the labyrinth, but because I don't really remember any parts of this level that could be considered a labyrinth otherwise.
The whole level?
Well, I don't know.
Nah, you're probably right.
I don't know about all that. I mean, you got all the locked doors, just around the center here, so it's kind of straightforward.
Living up to their jobs.
The what?
The imp living up to his job.
Yeah.
Being a nasty little sneak attacker.
Just imping around.
These levels just really... Oh, it's unfortunate that... It's the only problem with Heretic is... it's kind of lacking in assets to keep it visually...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Snappy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't exactly keep it fresh for very long, more or less.
So, are you saying these are the only textures we're going to be seeing from here on out?
Well, no.
No.
Again,
the
episode
third
3
chapter has a couple of nice things, but then those nice things kind of outstay the web. I guess what I'm saying is Heretic could have maybe have done with having a level or two cut from every episode.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it seems a bit fair, actually.
But yeah.
I mean, I can only really, the other hand on heart honesty say there's probably like one level from the third episode of Doom that I would think is too many.
I guess so.
This campaign,
Cathedral.
this campaign, it's still good, but it's definitely just runs on a little bit longer places.
Yeah, I know.
And it feels like I'm shitting on the game. I'm not. I really liked Heretic.
Is it supposed to be a stone tree in the middle of the map, or is that just...
No, it's an actual tree, I think. Ish. Or a wooden structure of some kind.
A petrified tree?
I'm not sure.
Petrified tree in the middle of a frozen lake? It's appropriately fantasy.
It sounds like what Desparrow's up to.
Well, I'm pretty sure the key we need is in there.
Yes.
But I mean, I gotta scrounge up goodies from around,
And nasty water as well.
What is that water supposed to be anyway, that it hurts us?
Like murky, icky water, for lack of better words.
Yeah, but...
I mean, there is nice, clean blue. Telefrag.
Yes.
Wait, did you laugh when you telefragged?
I think I spawned on top of an enemy and a weapon pickup is the thing.
Oh
no!
Oh damn!
I was kind of hoping. I was
assuming
actually hoping he laughed because of the telefrag. Oh
well.
Let's pretend.
I mean, maybe that was the intention. Maybe you were supposed to telefrag him, and they just put the weapon there so that Mr. Elf would laugh at it.
Laugh at the brutal transmogrification. I don't know. But no. Jeez, what were you saying about this?
I don't know. Something about the murky water.
I don't mean to. Oh, yes, we were talking about that. There's nice, clean blue water, but then there's that icky, sort of dark, greenish, swampy water, which I guess is just meant to be pain water.
I guess so.
Which is fine. That's good. One of my biggest bugbears with any mod community level is when they decide to be inconsistent with what water hurts and what water doesn't.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's good that they're consistent. I was just thinking, about teleportation in Heretic and how it might differ from the future teleportation in Doom. One of them's science and one of them's, magic, I assume.
One of them's powered... one of them's powered by science, the other's powered by souls.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to clarify which one is which.
Alright. Keeping it vague.
Actually, the Doom scientists found a way to open one of Desparrow's old portals, and this is what happened.
Some sort of horrible... crossover setting where all the different Doom, Heretic, and Hex Quake settings all intermingled.
Oh god. Oh god, the whirlwind. Oh
no!
That's a lot more bizarre than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Sometimes you can just get trapped in it and take all the damage. Just all of it.
And it pushes you, and it turns you away from the Iron Lich, so the Iron Lich gets another free shot in on you, and
It's really annoying.
I was really expecting like some 90s tornado gif for some, I don't know why.
Tornado clip art from straight out of Word 95.
That's what I was expecting for some reason.
clip art. Just you're bringing back the memories I wish were not there.
Sorry, man. Oh.
Are we on the final level?
No, this is the...
No, okay, I'm getting levels mixed up in my head.
No, the final level.
I'm trying to figure where we are on the map.
In the lava zone? I don't know.
Are we like at the...
At least it's...
Are we like at the entrance of the volcano or something?
Could be.
At least it's appropriately fire and brimstone for the level's name, well, the episode's namesake now.
Finally, what have they been doing? Jeez.
Melting all the ice.
Oh. Okay, so...
Sparrow has a very important economic plan. He's going to end the Ice Age.
Okay, and
was his campaign promise when all the monsters put him in charge?
So he was originally planning to have all the ice melted before Elf got here, but John Elf was faster than he had anticipated, so the ice wasn't quite ready to, it wasn't quite gone yet.
No. But mostly it was campaign promises. You gotta respect the voters.
Right, gotcha.
John Elf, destroyer of democracy.
Well, he is a heretic after all.
Damn him!
Yeah, because he's a heretic.
Is he like a heretic of the Elf Church or something?
It's never explained.
No.
It's literally just, we thought Heretic was cool sounding title for our video game, so we called it Heretic.
Yeah, it's a bit strange now that I think about it. Why is John Elf the heretic?
There is a backstory, I can't remember it, so I'm just going to let somebody in the thread link the backstory from Heretic.
Nope, forget it.
I just have...
I'm going to live Google the heretic story.
Fair enough. I really do like this weapon though. The lightning bolts are really cool.
Yeah,
I'm getting some flashbacks to episode 2 of Doom 1 with this box-like maze right here.
I lightning gauntleted the monsters. Nah, it doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well.
Alright, I haven't read an id game story in a while, but here it goes. The story. When you first saw the 7 candles, you knew, but any Cid would have known in the magic of the reflections pulsing across the ceiling of the Elder's chamber, each flame with its own power to burn, each flame tied irrevocably.
It's infectious.
That's a hard word to say for some reason, even though it really shouldn't be. Irrevocably to the earth's flow of the earth's breath. The 7 flames were the armies of the 7 kings of earth. Oh, it is earth. Circling the candles stood the elder of the Cid, leaders of an ancient elf race, adept in arcane sorcery, and the keepers of the Tome of Power. From the east came the evil foretold by your forefathers, the 3 serpent riders, guardians of the death everlasting. Their form was shrouded by black cloaks. Only their eyes were revealed, sunken with evil, dreadful intensity. As a sign of power, they brought peace to eastern provinces. Those who believed in the sign created a temple in their honor, and it bore the mark of the crossed trident. Their worshippers were the Order of the Sign, blind followers without will, void of spirit. As the power of the Order grew, even the 7 kings of earth followed the cattle behind them. And after they controlled the great nations, the 2 riders left the world. Only Despair, the weakest of them, remained with his disciples, traveled the earth, cleansing it in preparation for its descent. Scorned by the other people of earth, the Cid, possessing powers of their own, remain unaffected by the spell of all the riders. The Cid are now considered the heretics, the unclean, fit to only be wiped from the face of the earth. the disciples of Despair conspired with the kings of the earth to remove the last lands of apostasy. And while the armies of the 7 nations gathered to destroy the Cid, the elders convened to discuss the fate of your people. When all the voices had spoke against the order, the 7 elders extinguished the 7 candles' flames simultaneously. At that silent instant, a brilliant flash of light came from the east, and the armies that had gathered against you were no more. Drained by their efforts, the elders fell to the floor, listening to the single painful scream echoing for the now scorched battlefield. Okay, I know why he's a heretic now.
Well,
glad I got that cleared up. There's more, but I got what I needed out of it.
I was gonna say. I mean, does this go on and on and on and on?
Well, yeah. There were a couple more paragraphs.
They gotta fit all that plot. Game itself's not gonna show it.
Yeah, had to fit it on the floppy disk box, I guess.
I just got the mental image of that story being told piece by piece per floppy. It's like the little printouts on the floppy disk. In really small font.
Oh no.
I'm not sure if I should be glad I ever got this far or not at this point, because I think that tornado would have made me just quit.
Yeah, those.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah, those whirlwinds are relentless.
So it sounds like the plot of Heretic is very complex.
Yeah, there's like this...
For no real good reason.
This whole deep world of elders and candles that are extinguished.
Yeah, that's just completely redundant.
The 7 candles.
The elves sacrificed themselves to destroy the armies. Now they're exhausted, and you are their only remaining champion. Go forth while their armies are weakened and kill their leader.
You are John Elf, heretic at large.
Yes.
And apparently the only elf left who has the strength to take on all of them.
So, being that he's an elf, that implies that he's really short, and, by normal standards, a normal person would be, kind of taller than most of these monsters, and that kind of seems a bit weird.
Well, it depends on what kind of elf we're talking about here, and there's like a billion kinds.
I'm thinking like a Keebler elf.
A Keebler elf with a staff, with a phoenix staff.
Yeah, this is actually like Smurf scale warfare going on here.
Oh, oh man. So all the Keebler cookies are actually magical. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Like, the map that it shows between the levels, is actual real-life scale. Like, that's actually where he's fighting, like, on that map. And we're just observers from the outside, like a normal person watching this happen, like we're some kind of science god watching a horrible experiment unfold. That's the real story behind Heretic, I think. John Carmack just created this own reality of his, and he's just observing it, and he's got these maps on his desks that they kind of walk around on and do their thing, I guess.
Oh man, this is a turn.
Portals of chaos.
This is taking a strange turn.
Yep. All right, so this is the final level. We're gonna be fighting a new boss here, finally.
Ah, yes.
But not
I don't
before
know why, but I'm getting like Doom 1 flashbacks every once in a while when I see some of these maps. I'm not sure if it's just because they have a similar layout.
Oh no, that's very much a good flashback to have right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about the way this area looks right now makes me think of E3 M1 from Doom a little bit. Like the sky plus the I don't know. Something vines.
What a wonderful sound when it's sped up.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Were you using mouse look there, or were you using a keyboard?
Oh, I was using the keyboard. The page up and page down keys make you look up and down. They're really out of the way to hit.
They are. Oh goodness.
Right.
And like every FPS that followed in that particular time period all decided page up and page down was the way to go.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
It's a bit strange. Even worse, I don't remember which keys, but the Wings of Wrath have different keys for flying up and down, and I feel like they're A and Z on the keyboard, but I know they're not. They're probably like the... God, I don't even remember. The point is, they're not... I had to fudge around with the entire keyboard before I found them, and they were not convenient keys. Also, the Iron Liches take about 5 Phoenix Rod shots to kill, which is nice.
Wow.
Except, you know,
Really are Barons.
Phoenix Rod ammo isn't really that abundant in the game.
Not this particular episode, anyway.
Nah.
No, the entire game's like that.
It gets worse, would you believe?
Yeah.
Oh boy, as if ammo scrounging wasn't difficult enough.
Yeah, the game is just strange like that in some places. Plentiful items and some awful ammunition in others. They really want to push the inventory system into focus.
Well,
Yeah. Kind of feel bad for not utilizing it as much, but I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Like I said, when I was playing this recently with mods, I wasn't using the items. It's just by the time you realise you need to use them, it's too late. You've already committed to whatever fight you're is, and the few times you actually walk into like a set piece fight where you think to yourself, "Oh, Tome of Power time," are like 2 or 3 times across the entire game.
Exactly.
Funnily enough, we're at 1.
It's the boss.
oh wow! I was expecting a Minotaur.
Well, technically they're
Why
called
Minotaur?
the Molitor, but you can also call them Minotaur if you want. That's
I call them Minotaurs as well.
Yeah, Minotaurs.
that's what they're called in the game files.
Yeah, Minotaurs rolls off the tongue a bit easier.
It really does.
Yeah, Molitor is not a good name. But yeah, 5 stars, definitely well deserved. These things are rough.
Yeah, they take a lot of damage.
You can stun lock them, but they take ridiculous amounts of damage.
So yeah.
And their abilities are, well,
Yeah,
we've already seen one of them.
They have a bunch of different attacks. They have a horizontal fireball wave. They got the fireball trail towards you thing. They can also charge you, which does up to 50% of your health, 56-ish, whatever. I don't really know. A bunch of your health.
A slight knockback if I remember correctly, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say
Which is a
they're like
real kick in that.
They're like the equivalent of the Cyber Demon from what I'm seeing, but I could be wrong.
Well, basically, yeah.
No,
But
that's pretty much how I feel they are. They're like half cyber demons.
yeah, they're cyber demons, except they lack the ability to instantly kill you. But yeah.
Straight off the instant kill, but they have those massive hit point pools, and Heretic instead makes use of multiples. Although I don't think they ever throw 3 at you again.
Not in the first 3 episodes, I don't think so.
Did he just turn around and smack that wizard?
Yeah, he
Yep.
wasn't having any of his garbage.
Which is a bit weird, because in fighting, to my understanding, the Minotaur should have been quite happy to continue wailing on you, because you'd done the most damage to him.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that, but I'm glad it
I
happened.
think in fighting's a little different in Heretic.
Could be.
Maybe-
Not really.
maybe-
Aw.
Maybe that wizard whispered something offensive into his ear, and he just turned around and said nothing.
Hey, get him, boss! Get him! Use the stump!
Oh.
And then he just had enough of his shenanigans.
He's backseat fighting.
Backseat driving.
Yeah. Cut it
Just
out!
perched on the,
I know what
perched
I'm
on the
doing.
Minotaur's shoulder.
Also, I love the Molitor death animation. It's great.
Yeah.
I would have liked to seen their hammer as a weapon, like the BFG equivalent for this game, but unfortunately that's not the case.
Oh, that would have been so good.
Instead, we have this weird chain gun mace.
Yeah, it's super weird. Also, given that Heretic's weapons do less damage on average than the Doom weapons, these guys take forever to kill.
Yeah. they are tome of power bait.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't have a tome of power.
Yeah, I think the best strategy would have been to use the Phoenix Rod Tome of Power to kill them, but I didn't realize that was the go-to winning strategy when I recorded this.
Phoenix Rod Tome of Powering them, though, is begging for them to, like, headbutt you.
Well, that's when you use the Ring of Invincibility, too.
True, but that's 2 consumables.
Yeah, but it's the final level.
Steaming corpses slide to the ground. You feel a sense of grim satisfaction that they have been destroyed.
I like that the background they chose for this is just lava.
It doesn't hurt my eyes, but it makes me hungry for some reason.
It's pizza texture.
Yes.
I should have known I've seen that somewhere before.
Who's controlling the Molotov?
Other force? Yes.
Crystal dome.
The sweep of a crystal dome overhead where the sky should be is certainly not a good sign.
Oh my.
Remember we told you chapter 3 is a little bit strange, Coffee?
Yeah, oh no.
Oh my!
It's Bioshock.
Oh god, when did this turn into Might and Magic?
Death reel!
Yeah. So I didn't die quite in the same place as the guy in the demo, but you know.
Oh. One life. You've been at one life before. Oh no, you picked up a life. No. If you'd not picked up the health.
You know.
Wow.
Sometimes I do bad. What can I say?
No, I'm gonna have to try out that mod you brought up. Now that I'm actually interested in Heretic again.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a couple of other mods. There's a couple of gameplay mods that have got nothing to do with Heretic style. They're also good choices for this. But yeah, hey, I use this opportunity to post about them in the thread.
All right, and with that, the end. Stay tuned for part 3, Stephen King's Under the Dome.
All right, night, everybody.